Hi guys, just a wrap up for the day. Didn't get a chance to do the brass fittings on the outside of the house near the hot water service. Came inside, decided to try and knock this vanity unit out of the way, get it all finished up. So I'll give you a little bit of a look at what we've achieved today. So that's what we've got. Unfortunately, we've had to do another repair. This hole was never originally here, but I wanted to keep the taps pretty much the same width apart, you know, keep them sort of all symmetrical. So, I drilled my hole there, and when I went to fit up the tap today and the brass mounting, threaded mounting connector, turns out the PVC pipe for this runs right through the path of that. So I then had to find a point at which I could keep this tap level with this one and also clear the PVC pipe. So I've had to measure from center to center 360, and I've had to re-drill it and take the piece that came out of here and stick it in here. Am I kicking myself? Yes, I am. Did I foresee it? No, I didn't. But that's just due to lack of experience. But was I able to fix it? Yes. So when that liquid nails dries, again, I'll get some no more gaps, and I'll pump the no more gaps in around the outside of it and in the center hole and fill it in, and hopefully with time I'll forget that I even did it and it won't be a drama. Another issue I come across was the braided hose. You can see these connect with braided hoses. The braided hose to go to this side is about 20 millimeters short. Everything seems to be 20 millimeters short, but I'll pick another one of those up tomorrow, and then all the taps will be connected to the basin. This one I put some no more gaps in there this afternoon. This is not a cosmetic fix, it's a structural fix, because as I probably mentioned in the video before, I'm going to put a rubber mat in here, and I simply didn't want to put, say, a shampoo bottle or something with a little bit of weight on top of that rubber mat, and then that rubber mat starts to sink down from the weight of the bottle. So that's just a plug. That's just to plug the hole. Another thing that I stuffed up on today, seem to be stuffing up on a lot of things lately, was the hinges. Now these were the original good hinges that I opted to keep, and these ones have got the dog leg in it. And then I bought another set with a dog leg in it, thinking that that's what I needed, and that the hinges that were on this side, the flat ones, were wrong. Well, no, the flat ones are actually right. The reason these are dog-legged is because it's got to get around those vanity drawers, and it needs to sort of kick out that way in order to do that. On this side there's no drawers, so the hinges need to be flat. So I've got to take the hinges I bought today back to Bunnings tomorrow and get the flat ones. So that will finish off the doors, and everything else looks pretty good. I'll give you a bit of a look down the back. Hopefully the light is not too dark and you can see something. So there's one brass fitting right down there, and then obviously the PVC, stainless steel goes into that PVC coupler, and then you've got the other brass shark bite connection down there. Both these pieces of wood that these brass connectors are on have been screwed in through the side. Nice big long chunky screws right through, countersunk, and they go probably at least 3/4 of the way into this timber. They're not weight bearing, load bearing, they're only to hold those connections. So that's done. But geez, did I waste some time trying to figure that out, how we were going to get around it, before I bit the bullet and just decided to drill that second hole further along. So yeah, put this back in today. I've had this in before. You've seen this installed in some previous videos. The only reason I took them out was when I was cutting the concrete. I didn't want concrete dust getting into the threads and the connections, so I've put that back in today because there's no more concrete cutting to do. I put a noggin in for this. Now this looks a little bit low compared to where my head is, but this isn't the shower rose that's going on it. This was just a spare one I had kicking around the garden shed. The one that I've got to go on here mounts at this height, and then it has a bracket that sits up here, and then your shower rose clips into that with a hose. So the shower head's actually going to sit probably 100, I'm guessing 150 mil above this. So there'll be lots of clearance for anybody that's 6 foot plus tall, which I don't think so. Not in my house. Everybody's shorter than 5'5". So yeah, I don't think there's going to be any issues with the shower rose being too low. Not much else to tell you guys. I think that's pretty much it for the day. We'll leave it at that, and hopefully we'll get stuck into the plumbing on the outside of the house next to the hot water unit tomorrow night after work, I'm hoping, and we'll get that out of the way.